My name is Timmy, that is Gavin, and this is Brian. You might know us from our last video. Gavin is a friend of mine. He's going to help us explain what this world is. This is an RPG world we have spent a long time to make, and so far it looks pretty nice. And apparently Gavin can't figure out what he's going to wear. So it starts off, you're in this little square area. As you can see, there's a little fountain right there, and there's, a little tree with a fence parked at you. If we go over here, you'll see all the houses. These houses, I didn't pre-make them. They're made by all my friends who I've let build. There's a bunch of different little buildings, like that's Gavin's house, there's Brian's house, and apparently Brian wanted to make a taco shop, so right here, it's Brian's taco store. And right down the road from the taco store is my generic knockoff of what would have been McDonald's, McMiner, who right now has help wanted sign in the window. If you come in here, you can see our windows, our cash registers, and our counter. Back here we have our one worker, the villager named Huevos. I named him after a failed science experiment where an egg cracked all over the floor. Huevos. Besides the fact that we have restaurants, we also have different buildings, like the completely worthless beacon that you could go inside of and look up, and that's exactly it. And then there's a library, who has all of the books in the entire world, but they are practically worthless. You can't do anything with them except for look at them. And as you might have seen, is the giant tower that sticks 1,000,000 blocks out of the floor. That is the one and only Tower Timmy. It is a tower that goes straight up to the block limit and has about 30 floors. And of course, me being the host of this world, I live on the top floor. Brian, where'd you go? Well, besides that, there's, as you can tell, there's a flat mode, but there's trees. We spent hours planting trees just so we could have a little forest. There is literally thousands of trees on this world. And if you come through this little patch of woods right here, you can see my awesome pickaxe statue sticking into the ground. But the Tower Timmy isn't the only tall tower. Then there is the Timmy Incorporated, the second tallest building in this world. When the Skin Pack 4 came out, I decided I was going to make myself a parkour. Down here. It starts off, there's just a couple blocks. It starts off simple. You go up, you move around the building, and there's ladders, and there's platforms, and there's blocks. It's not very difficult. And then, when you get to the top, there's the harder part. You float hundreds of feet above the ground, and it gets surprisingly more difficult. The blocks are farther away from each other, and they're harder to reach. And if you make it to the top, you get the award of a full chest of diamonds. And if you're lucky, at the end of this little plank right here, you'll see a statue. Many of them know it as Slenderman. On the grass down below, I decided, hey, why don't I make a statue? And I thought, why don't I make one of Slenderman? Originally, Slenderman was just standing out here in the open field, and then we just planted trees on him, and I thought it looked kind of cool, so I kept him. And there's this crappy mob spawner that my friend made. It's kind of pathetic, but I keep it because I don't feel like going through and breaking. And over here is the jacked up food restaurant, Food Kingdom. It kind of looks like a stone bird with holes in it that's made out of glass. Inside, it's a marble floor. It has a chandelier, and it goes up to the second floor. And a villager named Huevos Part 2 works in the kitchen. Over around the corner, you'll see the bakery. The bakery is for every single sweet thing you can make in this game. There is stacks of cookies, wheat, milk, and sugar. So basically, you won't have trouble making stuff like cake and cookies. And right across the street from the bakery is the farm. Nick's farm, to be exact. Originally, when this world was still young, he decided, you know, what would tie this world together than a farm? These farms have minecart systems that lead to both the restaurants. So whenever the restaurant sends the farm money, the farm sends them materials such as chicken and beef. But right now, it seems all the animals have despawned. They would rather be anywhere but inside of this thing. And there's sheep on there. It's pretty cool. And there's these little street lamps. All there is a fence, a couple fences, some glowstone, and some trap doors, and it makes it kind of look like like a lamppost that you see sometimes. Andrew, don't mess with the volume or I'm going to smack you. And here is the bank. Down here, there is the safe, and all of the people's money, and it's in a complete iron room. And in here is a bank account. As you can see, all the people to join this world have a name above their chest.
Flintstones kids get something extra to take with them out into the big world. The only complete multivitamin for kids with more vitamins.
How is the safe not seen from the ground? Well, I thought of that, and when I saw the iron sticking out of the ground, I decided, hey, why don't I just build a well over it, and then no one will even know it's there. And right next to the bank, there is the cemetery. We built the cemetery around the same time we couldn't think of anything to build. On each of the graves are people we know and a couple of random names. Patrick, Nick, myself, Gavin, Jacob, Adam, Jose, Brian, and Victor are all people we know. And as our cameraman right now is looking at, there is a statue of Herobrine himself. Down the street a little bit, you might have seen a glass container with an end portal in it. If you look in the chest next to the end portal, you'll find stacks of ender, eye of enders. So when the update does come out for the end, we'll be ready. And the cameraman's looking at right now is a view of the street. Right now, I'm pretty sure he's passed by the hospital. There's not really much to it. It's just, a chest with a couple of healing potions in it. Cameraman, come here. Right here is the apartment complex. People that are too cheap to buy a house and build it, get a house in here. Jose, blank. And it's filled with a certain amount of rooms. I believe it is 6. There's 3 stories and 2 rooms on each. This is basically the cheap apartment. And there's one right down the road. It's basically the same thing, but it's a little bit nicer. And you might have noticed there's a place called T-Mart. T-Mart is unique. It's not like many places. You can tell it has sliding glass doors, and it's a store. It's a store. Have you ever heard of Walmart? It's a generic Walmart name. It has automatic turn-on lights behind the ceiling. when I pull this switch, the light starts on, and, you know, it's sliding glass doors. And right here, right across the street, is the jail. You open these gates right here, you see the little glass things they can go through and never be quiet. And you see these jail cells. There's not really much to it. It's a lever, some bars, and the gravel yard. The gravel yard is for when the occupied time of the prisoners. So when they come out here, they just take the time breaking gravel. Brian, look up. And as you can see, there's no escape. Right above them is the lava pit. So if they were to break one of those glass, they would be basically dead. Because of the lava, it would destroy them. Go back in. And, you know, there's a sign right here. Most wanted, Herobrine. You know, the odd thing. And there's more jail cells. They're just regular jail cells. Stone and bars. If you come out here, here's my crappy version of what I think a cop car looks like. Yeah, pretty bad. And you see the iron guard towers hold the flag for this world. It's blue outside, white, yellow inside. And right over here, there's a little parking lot. There's 3 different colored cars, and of course, you can't drive them.
We're gonna have to hurry up, Timmy.
And here's the fire department, the police department. There's not really much to it. The fire department, they have buckets of water. And the police department, they have swords. Then there's Timmy enchanters and chanters emporium. You know, I thought when I made this place, what's an enchanting place without a giant purple hat with stars on it? So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna make this building an enchanter. Basically, it's Timmy Enchanter. It's the nickname that my science teacher gave me because of the Knight's Holy Grail. So I put a giant purple hat, and I put stars on it. And right over here is the community pool. There's not really much to it. There's a, lifeguard tower and the pool itself surrounded by a thing. One of my favorite parts is my mansion. This is my mansion. As you can see, there's some flaming arrows sticking out of the front, and it's definitely on fire by the looks of it.
Looks like a shovel.
So, I guess it kind of does look like a shovel. There's not really much to it. It's 3 stories in an attic. There's not really much. There's rooms, there's a little kitchen, but... And they've been on this world forever. And if you look over here, there is my awesome giant statue of a diamond sword. It is one of my favorite statues I made. It took me like 2.5 minutes, so that wasn't bad. It was cool. And you can tell, you probably saw King Creeper over here. It's Creeper wearing a gold crown. And you can go inside him. There is a staircase that leads up his back, and if you look out of his eyes right there, you can see the execution chamber. The execution chamber consists of bedrock and obsidian, and it's filled with TNT. If a criminal does enough damage, they go inside of the execution chamber, and they get exploded. That's really all there is to it.
The Central Disease
over
Control.
here, there is the CDC, the Center of Disease Control. It also has sliding glass doors like T-Mart, but inside there is an incineration chamber and a decontamination chamber. The incineration chamber, it consists of lava pouring out of a block, and the decontamination chamber is not just water. But really, that's all this world has to offer. A couple things here and there, but overall, I think we did a really good job in this world, and I'm so proud of it. It took about 4 or 5 hours overall to make in full time.
Right, that's it, I guess.
Yeah, that's really it.
Subscribe.
So, yeah, subscribe, like, comment.